Good evening, viewers. My name is Dr. Olajide Abiodun Babatunde. I'm the special advisor to the Governor of Lagos State on e-GIS and urban development. By e-GIS, I mean Enterprise Geographic Information System. You were at the last the World Habitat Day, and at the last World Habitat Day, we tried to introduce a number of things that we're doing within the state.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that we're doing, you know, as the urban development leg of my assignment here, you know, in the service of the Lagos State Government, you know, is that we want to ensure that we have, you know, order. There's an order in our cities in terms of design, in terms of approval, in terms of implementation of the approvals.
Yes.
You know, so approvals come in different levels and stratas. You know, so we have what you call a master plan, and sometimes you have development plans, which just speak specifically to certain aspects of the master plan. You know, and when you have a master plan, the master plan itself is reviewed every 5 years. It's a static document. The master plan is made for man. It's not man made for the master plan. So it's a dynamic document which is not static. Every now and then we need to look at it in terms of our population, in terms of our needs, in terms of climate change, and a couple of other parameters. So in the world that we live, you know, urban design, you know, is also determined by population.
Yes.
At the last World Habitat Day, we were talking about Lagos going vertical. Why do we have to go vertical? You know, Lagos State is a state, or you want to call it a city-state. A city-state in the sense that you know, it's people look at it as a city. Some people look at it as a state. It's both a state and a city. It is the smallest state in Nigeria with a landmass of 3,050 square kilometers, but it has the largest population. Yeah. It has a population of no less than over 20 million inhabitants. Whereas Nigeria itself, with 37 states, including the FCT, has a population of over 200 million. 10% of that population resides in the smallest state in Nigeria. So it means that our urban policies at some point must change. You know, so those days of you know, us building you know, bungalows, you know, where you have a low residential density area like you had before in a Pangrove area of Lagos.
Yes.
So you can imagine in Pangrove, people got land area of about 2 hectares, about 20,000 square meters. We don't have that kind of luxury anymore, where you plan 20,000 square meters of residential living for a family size of about 4 to 6. Father, mother, and maybe about 4 children. At the most, maybe they have 6 children, and then they are about 8 to 10. You know, whereas that particular plot of 20,000 square meters could cater for more and more people. So when you go to Palm Grove area, in 2021, I remember clearly that you know, the people in Palm Grove actually engaged us, and they said, you know, if you are going to change the approval order in this area, please could you carry us along? You know, planning is participatory in the sense that everybody must be involved and not left behind.
Yes.
The theme of last year's World Habitat Day is, you know, mind the gap and leave no one behind. So the gaps that we have now, we have housing gaps. We need to fill those gaps. We need to fill the gaps together. We need to fill the gaps together. You know, and how do we fill the gaps? Do we not think we have to go vertical? So we have approval orders. So when you have not reviewed a master plan, what do? You just get governor to sign an executive order that increases the height of some of the buildings if you have to do redevelopment.
Okay.
Don't forget, you know, like I usually will tell people, they say, oh, Mugabe did what you call land restitution. It's an English word. It's not a Zimbabwean word.
Okay.
You understand? It's returning land back to the original owners.
Right.
So these are terminologies in planning. So whether you say redevelopment, renovation, conservation, preservation, all of these things are terminologies that we read in the book that we have to practicalize at some point.
Yes.
You know, so if somebody is going to redevelop his property, which is sacrosanct, you know, particularly when the property starts getting to a certain age, and then with the demand of even that immediate family where the children have grown old, are you still going to keep that thing as a bungalow when you have 10 children who you can easily build a block of apartments and have one apartment for each child and keep one for yourself on the ground floor when you become of age? Can we still continue, you know, in that idea? Do you understand that idea that a setback is actually 9 meters in front, 6 meters on the side, and maybe another 4 to 6 meters at the back? Are we benchmarking our master plans, our designs, our approvals with what is happening internationally? Because if you live in the UK and you have a row of houses, no setback, but it's a number of houses, no setbacks. You know, because London itself, like Lagos, you have something, you have the London Thames. You have something, so London is bounded by that river Thames. You have something, and the river Thames is considered as a black god. So the Thames barrier is going higher and higher every year. So London itself is supposed to be underwater, just like Amsterdam is underwater. Right. So the only way by which you can preserve the life of the people that live in London is to ensure that the Thames barrier goes up, so that the land that you have there can be useful to the people. If you have a population of 20 million going to 30 million, the world that we live today, the treaties that we have signed as a country, Nigeria, is that everybody is entitled to adequate shelter. So how do you want to ensure that that is actually protected? The principle of everyone is entitled to adequate shelter. So in Lagos State, we're doing a number of things. We started looking at our building codes. Do you understand? So it's the building codes that tell us, okay, the setback should be this. You should have fire hydrant within this distance, and a couple of other things. So we're coming up with a document that is called the Lagos State Building Code. So we have prepared this document together with the German international organization. They have supported us, and we have a draft. There are something of what is supposed to be the new Lagos Building Code, which we term the Lagos State Building Code, standards for a sustainable smart city. So when you look at one of the pillars of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, it says making Lagos a 21st century city. A 21st century city is a smart city. Of course. The other thing that we're looking at, which is very similar to this, this is a document prepared by UN Habitat together with Nigeria. We're preparing something like this. This is what you call, it's called the National Urban Policy. Do you understand something? So when the National Urban Policy is drawn, you are going to domesticate it. So we're now in the process of the domestication of the National Urban Policy, which is going to give us our own Lagos State Urban Policy. So I lead two teams, one on the building code and another one on the Lagos State Urban Policy. It is the urban policy, so the building code will drive the urban policy will drive the Lagos Development Plan. I know we have already launched our Lagos Development Plan sometimes early this year. You understand? So most definitely these two documents are at its formative stage. It still needs to pass through the Executive Council of Lagos. We still need to bring together, market women, the academia. We need to bring together students. We need to bring together professional bodies. Everybody must be included. We must leave no one behind in trying to have a final draft. There are something that we will then present as a bill to the Assembly eventually, so that we can have some kind of legislative backing for the document. So the difference between one is just codes, giving you the size of regular size. If they, you know what you call an incidental open space. The other when you talk about a plot. The other when you have a plot size of 300, I beg, that's not a plot. It's an incidental open space.
Right.
But for Lagos, some people may say even 200 square meters all goes. We can build on 200 square meters. But there should be a standard plot size.
Exactly.
You understand? So the codes can tell us. The other, we should have buildable space.
Right.
If buildable space is 80%, let's know it's 80%. But what we learned in school is 40%.
I see.
Today, everybody wants to build up the entire land.
Exactly.
Ní Yorùbá wá ní pé olówó tó kọ́lé tilẹ̀kùn ojú tì.
Okay.
But it's not so.
Right.
You need to think of the environment.
Exactly.
So those are some of the things that the code will be talking about, and then the urban policy will be talking about when is it that an area is now designated or declared as a slum by the governor. Only the governor can do it.
Okay.
When is it that a particular area is now zoned or termed or designated as a special agricultural zone, so that we don't go hungry? So we're losing all our agriculture.
Yeah.
We're losing our green areas. Do you understand me?
Right.
So the urban policy will talk about those things. When is it that a particular area, the skyline shows that the buildings that should be there is like something you see in Shanghai, where you have like 100 floors, you have like 200 floors. We don't get anything like that in Nigeria today. But maybe soon.
Exactly.
It's the urban policy that will say it, and that is what will drive the development plan. Okay. Already the urban policy now supports the fact that we have red line, blue line, maybe yellow line, maybe purple line, green line. It's not a joke, it's true. These are all the things that are in the transportation master plan.
Right, okay.
You understand? Yes. So the urban policy is the policy that provides for those things together with the urban, the Lagos development plan.
I can see.
I can go on and on. Yes. We're trying to develop some markets so that people can go to the marketplace. In terms of our urban policy as well, we're trying to ensure that you have schools, primary and secondary, within the reach of both the poor and the rich. We want to ensure that, principles, terrible principles, not like the one I said earlier on, like the development, preservation, conservation, renovation, all those are principles that we can run with.
Right.
But when you have things like social exclusion, gentrification, identity swapping in development, we need to try to eradicate some of those things. Gentrification is when a rich man takes over the property or land of poor people.
I see.
As part of urban studies, I've noticed that you can also have what you call identity swapping. Very soon you have people who will come from Isaleko, not wanting to associate with Isaleko if you do not improve the living standards of the people there, because they will not want to claim that they live in Isaleko. They would rather want to claim that they live in Banana Island.
Exactly.
Very soon some people say their hometown is Banana Island. So what are you going to do? So it is the urban policy that will take care of those things so that some areas do not become blighted or become slums. So in terms of what we're doing together as a team, the other in Lagos State, we're working on urban development in a way where, we are able, to prescribe, not as doctors, not as pharmacists, but as planners, what we're supposed to see within our urban setting.
I see.
The other part of my job in Lagos State, as I've been mandated by the governor, is what you call the Enterprise Geographic Information System. Some people want to call it electronic geographic information system. We're setting up an agency which already we are hoping that the law will pass by the State Assembly very soon, which is called LAGIS, which is the Lagos Geographic Information Service. Through spatial data infrastructure, we can make a difference in Lagos. Spatial data infrastructure in the sense that, you have electricity here, like I tell people, you do not care, I don't care where this electricity is coming from. It's probably coming from Shiroro, it's probably generated by one Genco, and then discos distribute them, and I have electricity, and if you want, use generator, I just want power. But for you to have what you call a GIS, you need to have what you call spatial data infrastructure. So we're flying our plane, mapping Lagos, because for you to have a computerized land cadastre, all land must be mapped and surveyed.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of mapping the land, and then we survey the land so that it can be useful information for me and you. Whether you be a farmer and you want agricultural land, with the click of the button, you should be able to get that.
To see.
To see that there's land available in Ekpe, or there is land available in Ikorodu or Badagry. If you are somebody who wants to do tourism, with the click of the button, you should be able to see the tourism land that you have within the state.
Really.
We should be able to monitor traffic and transportation through our GIS platform. We are right now trying to connect, which is the reason why I love it in Lagos. It's called enterprise. Everybody can use this as a tool.
Right.
GIS is a tool for development.
I see.
GIS is power. It is knowledge.
I see.
Above all is technology.
I see.
So together with a number of stakeholders, whether it's from the Office of Surveyor General, it's Office of State Violation, it's from the Office of Permanent Secretary Lands Bureau, it's from the Ministry of Science and Technology, it's from the Ministry of Environment, it's from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. We are all working together to create our platform. So when that platform is created, even physical monitoring may not be necessary, because we can monitor development control by technology. Because like the war in Ukraine, you can see that Maxar, ISA and Hexagon, they're able to broadcast the thing using satellite videos, and we see them. So you are wondering, did somebody actually go in the middle of that one? No, it is satellite technology. Right. Already now, if you have extended your fence beyond the boundary line, the e-GIS platform will put a yellow line, and we can tell LAPCA to go there and remove your wall, and then you pay a penalty. So where we're trying to be is a situation where we're operationalizing a system that is able to calculate land use charge, because we have the LiDAR images, we have the orthophoto, we know the height, we know the area, we know the location, we know the volume of building that you have done or that you have built, and automatically the system can generate a bill and give you your land use charge.
I can see.
We're trying to do what you call digital addressing. So sometimes you see that there are different kind of house numbers. So there's the planning number, there's the survey number, there's the cadastral number, there's the house number, there's the zip code. There are different kind of numbers. But you see, how many houses actually can you say you actually have a number for? Through the e-GIS platform, we're going to create a digital address for every single property that is in Lagos, because we are able to recognize everything on our platform.
Can see.
So without saying too much, you are trying to bring everything home. Lagos will be a smart city of the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's been really exhaustive. It means that, like the Lagos Traffic launched their live camera update project the other day, with GIS, their job will be much easier.
So once we get our satellite technology right, you are with satellite technology, I will see you when you are standing in front of your building. I can monitor you from here till you get home.
Wow.
With satellite technology.
So, sir, the time frame, will 4 years be enough to achieve this?
We have been working on this for some time, since the election and swearing in of Governor Olajide Sanwo-Olu in 2019. I came to join in 2021. I have clear directives and mandates as to what I need to do with my team. I have the support of everyone within the state. Starting from the State Assembly, to my colleagues in cabinet, to the civil service, to the general populace that we're now trying to create awareness. Please watch out for our adverts on TV, on YouTube, on radio. Some are already on billboards, which I can share with you. Please watch out for those things. In terms of timing, we are right on time. We are about to launch. I mean, when I went outside now with you, we're just looking at the site for the launch of the e-GIS,
Okay.
and also the site for the launch of the EPPS.
I see.
Yeah, these are two things that I'm working on towards the end of November, so that we're ready to call Mr. Governor and call the general public, to join us, in celebrating another great achievement of this administration.
Maybe because of time, so next time you will take us on the EPPS project.
Yes, I mean, very briefly, I will tell you about the EPPS so that so that you would understand what it is. So it is the electronic physical planning process system.
I see.
You understand that system?
Yes.
It's such that anything that you want to do in the Ministry of Physical Planning, you can do it on the platform. It means that if you want to get building approval, you don't need to come and see my face.
Yeah, physically.
Minimum human interaction.
I see.
You upload like you're trying to get a visa.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You upload.
Yes.
When you upload your drawing, the system that we're going to install will eventually approve building plans in 10 minutes. All things being equal.
I see. Thank you, sir.
And also, we also have Last Week, which is also another project, which we are trying to make, fully interactive. We want to interface through a portal with the general public. So you can sit in China and your building plan is missing. You can apply for a certified true copy and we'll send it to you electronically.
Wow.
You understand? So this is where we want to be. This is where we should be. And Lagos will get there first.
We thank God, sir, for people like you who have decided to put their professional prowess in the service of Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
It's
much.
been a great delight engaging you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, your name again?
Dr. Olajide Abiodun Babatunde.
Okay.
Special e-GIS and urban development.
Yes.
Lagos State.
Thank you, sir.